38 years, we finally know who murdered 18-year-old Jeannie Moore. Good evening, I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. In 1981, the golden teenager was on her way to work, never showed up, and sadly her remains were found 5 days later. Well, for decades, her family had no answers about who killed their daughter until today.
Jefferson Co's Liz Gilardi explains the cutting-edge technology used to crack this cold case. Liz?
And this is believed to be the very first case in Colorado solved using genealogy. The suspect was identified by working back through his other family members through that family tree. And in this case, it ultimately led to a convicted rapist and now a murderer. Witnesses saw 18-year-old Jeannie Moore get into a car. It was the morning of August 25th, 1981.
30 minutes later at 7:30 a.m., she didn't show up for work.
The convenience store where she worked is still there. She never showed up.
5 days later, Jeannie Moore's body was found.
An autopsy would show she suffered several blows to the head. She was sexually assaulted. For 38 years, no one knew who Jeannie got into the car with that morning she went missing or who took her life.
I would tell you, based on the statistics in DNA, this is the guy.
The killer is now identified as Donald Pera, a crime solved thanks to forensic genetic genealogy. If this sounds familiar, you might remember genealogy also led to the alleged Golden State Killer.
And in this case, that match leads us to the conclusion that the suspect was 3.3 trillion times more likely than anybody else.
But the suspect will not face trial. He died a few years ago. And Jeannie's mom passed away before she ever found out what really happened to her teenage daughter. When Jeannie was found in this park, it was 3 weeks before her 19th birthday, and she would have celebrated her 57th birthday next Monday. This case shows the power of emerging technology. It was a partnership between the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and a company called United Data Connect, co-founded by former Denver District Attorney Mitch Morrissey. Investigators re-examined the evidence in Jeannie's case in 2008 for any possible DNA. And this May, the case got another look in hopes of using genealogy to solve it.
And then you search for people that have common DNA to the DNA that you're looking for.
Morrissey explained how 2 databases were used in the search, but one called Family Tree helped lead investigators to the suspect.
Really, for me, the only thing that is not a good thing about today is we can't hold this individual accountable because God took him before we got a chance. But I would like to have seen him held accountable for this murder.
And Crime Stoppers made this possible by helping to fund that partnership with United Data Connect. In all, they spent $4,000. It is a small price to pay for those answers, especially when you consider all the man hours spent on this case over the past 38 years. But you really can't put a price on that justice, and Denver Metro Crime Stoppers has seen the value in that. They've agreed to fund an additional 10 cases, hoping for more answers. Reporting live, Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.